This is the story of an extraordinary scheme to provide communities in Madagascar with a new sustainable source of food. My name is Stuart Cable, and I'm on my way with my fellow scientist Sulufura Kulturisoa to look at a new and very special project. Madagascar is a poor country. There are many people here who don't get enough to eat. The staple foods in Madagascar are rice and cassava and some maize. But between harvests in the hungry months, people have turned to yams. Yams are tubers just as potatoes are. They're edible and nutritious, but they're dug up from the wild, which is hard work and threatened species that grow nowhere else in the world. And that's where Q scientists can help. We've worked out which species would be easiest to cultivate and how in practice to do it. We're working with local communities to train people to cultivate yams in their own villages. This session is being run by local botanists trained by Q scientists. The villagers have plenty of experience with other crops, but wild yams are less familiar and need special treatment. Today we'll be building a nursery plot. Cultivating these yams means that we're saving species that are threatened in the wild. The project does a number of things. We're trying to improve food security, but the top level objective is conservation through cultivation. 40 species of yams in Madagascar, many of them are threatened, and by getting communities to cultivate them, if possible, then that conserves them. So here we're chopping up the tubers, and each of the tubers will be chopped into maybe 10 parts, and they'll be planted in the soil, and that will produce 10 plants. So the ash helps just preserve the chunks of tuber before they're planted. One of the species we're working with today is Dioscorea sambarinensis. It's a forest yam. It's local to this area. It's endemic to Madagascar. It's overexploited. But we've had success cultivating this around the communities. So this is now a staple food in this region. Cultivating wild yams means that we're saving species and we're preserving forests at the same time. I'm really pleased with this project. We've managed to cultivate 6 wild species, so we're saving them from extinction. But the most pleasing thing for me is the fact that people have engaged with the project enthusiastically. We don't have to work hard to persuade people to cultivate yams. They really want to do it. So the guys are preparing the ground for planting the yam tubers. This is going to be a little demonstration plot in the village. It is very dry, but yams can cope with this. And we're just at the start of the rainy season, so it's the perfect time to plant. So this is the nursery. The tubers will stay here for a couple of months until they're germinated, and then the plants will be planted out in the field. The tubers are actually placed on wood chips to stop them touching the soil, and that preserves them longer. Isn't it amazing what people can do when they pull together? Maybe we could learn a little bit from this.
A bit of shade and some water, and the seedlings will be ready to plant out in a couple of months. For a relatively new crop, the villagers seem enthusiastic. This lady told us yams are delicious with coconut, onions and peppers, or salty things. Sounds terrific.
Fantastic. Food for a family for 6 months.
If we're successful in scaling up this project, there'll be less pressure on the remaining forests, and people in villages like this one all over Madagascar will be better fed.